Look at this, Judge.
This is South Africa, run by blacks. I can tell you now, even if you call me an Uncle Tom, I don't think a white advocate can have the gall to ask me that. Never.
Very, very interesting, is it not? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Why would he say something like that? Well, let me not keep you waiting. This is a judge on a case that has been going on and on within our South African courts. A case involving a professional soccer player named Senzo Meyiwa, who was deleted in what many agree may have been an assassination all the way in 2014.
Good morning and good morning to the viewers.
So what do you make of the resumption of the case? I mean, yesterday we're hearing for the very first time that, it's being put forward, of course, that the murder of Senzo Meyiwa may have been premeditated, a contracted assassination or a hit.
A few weeks ago, the judge gave the comments you just heard after the advocate representing the accused had irritated the judge. Maybe what the judge was saying hurt some of you. Maybe what the judge said hurt the black first kind of people. Maybe it hurt those of you who will not accept that there is something horribly wrong with the professional conduct of many black people. Laziness, stealing, a lack of proper decorum. But this instead.
There must be protocol. There must be decorum. There must be doctrine.
What this comrade is talking about is the type of decorum that many black people like, but not the decorum necessary in the professional setting, which includes honesty, punctuality, being respectful and mindful of others, among many other things. The areas where we need to display real professionalism is where others choose to not make sure to show professionalism, and that choice has consequences. This is the full tape with context.
My unavailability on this date is that I will be running the Comrades marathon on Sunday, the 8th of June 2020, and will be driving back on the following day, being the Monday. That I have referred to. I know this may affect the proceedings in the above-mentioned matter, but may I apologize in advance for the inconvenience to be occasioned by this request. Kind regards. Now, this is what I talk about. Mr. Mnisi doesn't think he can write to me directly. He writes to me through my registrar, Ashley, and the lady in front here. And he says they must tell me that he's not coming to court on Monday. He'll be running the Comrades marathon. Mr. Ngumal, what do you think about this type of letter? I don't know, it's not even a letter, it's written in a...
My Lord, honestly, I would like to remain silent already.
No, you don't have to remain silent.
I have no comment.
Would you do that? You? Would you do that?
No, I haven't. I've never done it.
Nah, fine. But would you do that?
No, I don't do that.
Mr. Ramusepi?
As the court pleases, my Lord, I think the proper procedure between the communication between His Lordship is normally through the registrar. And then if Mr. Mnisi, perhaps like it arrived now, I'm not in his mind. Perhaps he was still going to raise it with the court, but the proper procedure, from my understanding, is via the registrar. Is the court?
No, this can't be via the registrar. He's telling the registrar to tell me that he won't be around on Monday. Is that proper?
My Lord, that's how far I can take it regarding that submission, my Lord. Mr. Mnisi is here before court.
No, he has written this. And so I don't know what I must do, because this I'm told I'm not coming to court on Monday. I'll be driving back.
Het iets op je hart, ek het 'n gas saamgebring.
Yes, ek het iemand wat ek graag baie.
What is it? Mr. Kaloi, what do you think about this
as-
type of address?
As Mr. Ramsipulu pointed out, I think normal courtesy dictates that we communicate through the registrar and not directly with the judge. And I think that's what Advocate Mnisi had in mind. We never communicate directly with the judge. And I think that's what the ethics also dictate.
So you communicate through the registrar to tell the judge that I won't be coming to court on Monday.
Yes. I think in instances where counsel wants to communicate directly with the judge, then a meeting will be arranged in chambers and all the parties will be there. But if a party wants to perhaps convey a message to the judge, then they would channel it through the registrar. That would be the normal practice, my lord.
So I'm not going to respond. If Mr. Mnisi doesn't want to come to court on Monday, that's his business. I will be in court. And the JP expects me to be in court. Can't tell the JP somebody's going to run the marathon. So the case should stop. Everybody should watch the marathon, I suppose. You know, Judge Mba is an athlete. He always runs the 2 oceans and the Comrades. Judge Matopo, who's in the Constitutional Court. And it's nice to know that, amongst other things I did, Matopo, we used to alternate with this principal when he was serving articles. The same thing with Judge Mba. They're juniors to me. Even the JP himself, when I was already admitted, he was serving articles. Some of them, I got them articles. Judge Stalker also is an athlete. But he'll never take time to say, I'm not coming to court because I'm going to be running the marathon. Never. At the worst, I know Judge Mbao would make arrangements that he must expand part of his leave during that time so that he doesn't interfere with the timetable of the court. This case, people are talking justice delayed, justice denied, 10 years, no justice, case is just dragging on. The family is distraught, the brothers, the relatives, even the accused themselves, they've been 2 to 3 years in custody. And here's this stupid judge called Ratha Mokgoatlheng. You allow a person who's representing 2 of the accused here to go and run a marathon. I must go and tell the JP. When the JP asks me, why were you not sitting, or the DJP, why were you not sitting on Monday? No, we're waiting for Advocate Mnisi to come drive back to Joburg, to wherever, because he was running a marathon. This is South Africa, run by blacks. I can tell you now, even if you call me an Uncle Tom, I don't think a white advocate can have the gall to ask me that. Never.
Now, putting your emotions aside and looking at all of this objectively, how do you blame that judge for the anger and the words that he spilled there? How? He knows very well that people will call him an Uncle Tom. He knows very well that he will be hated for passing those comments. But he is right. Facts first, cry later. As South Africans, we need to stop this habit of forgiving and even excusing the nonsensical behavior of people simply because they are black, white, Indian, or colored like us. Certain white people have been condoning how people like Ernst Roots have been spreading divisive half-truths across the world simply because he is white like them. Certain colored people have been refusing to admit that Gayton McKenzie poses a danger to South Africa simply because he is colored like them. Certain black people have been willing to excuse behavior that is unacceptable simply because of Ubuntu, Angeli, Malume, Ubaba, so-and-so, Ausi, what. I would rather you call me Katlego than for you to call me your sister when our professional relationship is suffering due to these protocols of fake respect. Referring to each other as if we are related when we are not. Meanwhile, when we buy from you, you don't deliver what we agreed on or in good time. Imagine having a court case going on for 10 years and the case gets postponed over and over and over again. And we're supposed to just shut our mouths and keep waiting patiently indefinitely.
Ngoba bayabusa bayazenzela thina singenamali so wenze njani so hlala esikhala.
People are dying from other issues before justice is served. For example, Senzo Meyiwa's father passed away before seeing justice served. He's not the only one who died without seeing justice served.
Some sad news for the Meyiwa family. Sam Meyiwa, the father of slain Bafana goalkeeper Senzo Meyiwa, has passed away. So,
how difficult could it possibly be to get this resolved for lives to move on? But instead of admitting that South Africans are being failed, many choose to focus on the judge's statement. The ANC created this kind of nonsense in this country that has resulted in court cases going on. People with money will stretch the cases for as long as possible, and judges know this is happening, but they can't do anything about it. It has unfortunately become permissible. We are talking about murders. We are talking about justice, and someone says, I'm going to run a marathon. A Comrades marathon. Someone calls it out as he should, but people condemn him for it. Successful institutions and nations are not created by doing and saying things that appease people's emotions. They are built through uncomfortable truths. It is a truth that sets us free and puts us on a path to success. It is hearing the truth that enables you to stop the wrong that is destroying you and start the right that will build you. Instead of everyone banding behind the judge to say we need reforms to address the issues happening in our court system, all his statements are blown out of proportion and he is forced to have to apologize, and that's it.
Because he was running a marathon. This is South Africa, run by blacks.
Well, it's these remarks that got Judge Ratha Mokgoatlheng into hot water and resulted in a backlash, including from the legal fraternity. Mokgoatlheng then started this morning's proceedings by apologizing to the nation and his colleagues for his comments.
I spoke to the JP, and the JP spoke to me together with the DJP. And the JP rightfully excoriated me for my conduct, that it is not befitting of a judge of my experience and stature, that I should have behaved like I did. And I agree. My conduct was questionable and incorrect.
The honest judge has to apologize. Meanwhile, the victim is getting no justice. The relatives are tired of waiting. We don't address that, but we address a judge whose facts made us uncomfortable. Some of the relatives have passed on without seeing justice. We don't focus on that. We focus on the judge who's opening our eyes to the existing inefficiencies in our system. Yeah, ne? He's not an Uncle Tom. He's just brave enough to say what many only think. Instead of using this as an opportunity to reflect where our nation is going wrong and make the necessary changes, decorum, protocols, and procedures took the center stage, didn't they?
There must be protocol. There must be decorum. There must be doctrine.
There must be decorum. There must be protocol. Hi guys, this obsession with decorum and protocol has the potential to bury facts and elevate feelings. It leads to citizens being too afraid of these people and their fellow comrades. So from this, one can conclude that we can't express our frustrations because we might offend someone's emotions. That is nonsense. This is a big deal, guys. Nations where free speech isn't respected didn't arrive there overnight. We can't continue like this because it won't end well. Anyway, that's it for today. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with other citizens to remind them that right is right, even if it makes you feel uncomfortable. Let's learn to value facts over feelings. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Katlego. This is Citizen Concerned. And until next time, beware of the comrades.